Maddie, the owner of Matt's Crochets. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. So this video is going to be a little market recap of yesterday's market. It was interesting to say the least. You'll see a lot of interesting footage in this video, including my camera maybe flying off the tripod. Who knows? But I hope you enjoy. Alright, quick check-in for the night before the market. I'm just doing a mock setup so I can figure out what to make next. I'm not sure what to do with these. I've never done these before, so they're kind of like, I don't know, not looking that great, but we'll figure it out. Got mushy pops. I want to make a few more of those or something else that's $8, but we'll see what we come up with. Got Rex, some chickens, penguins. I brought out the sled because it's coming out near Christmas time, so we'll see how that goes with the snowman. But yeah, I don't know what else I need to make tonight, but we're just gonna kind of wing it. Excuse the mess of the living room. You know I have 4 cats, but anyways. Alright, y'all, ignore the fact that my screen keeps doing that weird thing, but I just did inventory and we are at 102 plushies and $1,249 worth of inventory. That being said, I don't know how I feel about having that little for a 6-hour market, but I feel like it'll be okay because it's a vintage like clothing market, and I was supposed to be at Rail House yesterday for their 2-year anniversary, but we decided that it was best just to have the one market. So I reached out to the vintage market and they said it's totally fine. They have other artists there. It's not like a big deal or anything. But yeah, so I feel like for 6 hours it should be fine, but we're just gonna wing it. I'm about to head out to the market in a few, but I just forgot to do inventory last night, so I figured I'd update you guys. But yeah. So I might have forgot to take pictures of like all my inventory. Mind you, this is all set up because of I was doing a Palmstreet last night. I just didn't feel like taking it down, so don't mind that. But that being said, I forgot to take pictures of everything before it sold. So there's some stuff I don't have any left of, and we're just gonna go with it, okay? Also, everything's not in a certain order when I mention what sold or go over everything. It's kind of just like, went through the list, I write in my notes, and then I say how many of each sold. Again, somewhere along the lines, I messed up like last week and forgot to add something, but I have all the totals right with the prices and everything, so we're going off of my inventory yet again. Alright, so just ignore my mistake. So, starting off with, we sold 1 dumpster fire out of 5 that I brought. I believe it was one of the light gray ones. But yeah, so light gray with dark top, I feel like is often a favorite, which I'll put a picture up, but this one I believe sold. We brought 10 loaf cats and 4 of those sold. I feel like a lot of people like the cats. Always a favorite. I feel like I don't blame people because I'm crazy and I have 4 actual cats, so makes sense. The next, like, one of the best sellers at this market were mini possums. So highly recommend bringing those. I sold 3 out of 4 that I brought. The next best seller, I would say, at like every market, these sell really well, were mystery bags. I sold 2 out of 5 of those at this one. They were kind of just like a mixture of like mini items, or I believe I had a mushy pop in one. Don't really remember what I put in them, to be honest. But I highly recommend bringing mystery bags. If people come over and they're like, oh my god, they have mystery bags. It's like a very like niche thing nowadays, is like, I wouldn't say niche. I don't know what the word is, but you know what I'm talking about. Like, a lot of people like to see mystery stuff. Like, everyone's getting mystery boxes. I think it started because of the Labubus, but everyone loves mystery bags or mystery boxes of any sort. So if you can include those at your booth, highly recommend. In this market, I decided to bring some keychains and some book charms. So I ended up bringing 2 jellyfish keychains. So they're basically my normal jellyfish, but I just added a keychain to them. And both of those sold. So I brought 2 and 2 sold. I brought a bee keychain, which I did not take a picture of. I apologize. That one sold. I only brought 1. I brought 3 flower charms, which I did post on my Instagram story a few days ago. I might still have the picture of it, so if I do, I'll include it. But I sold all 3 of those. Well, let me correct that. I sold 2 of those, and then me and the coordinator, like of the event, me and him did an art swap. So I gave him that, and then he gave me a bag. I was like, oh, that's nice. So I got a cool little tote bag in honor of the market, and then he got one of the flower charms. So 3 out of those are gone. We also had a strawberry keychain, 1 of those, and it sold. I brought 2 strawberry bag charms. I believe I have a picture I'll insert here. I did 1 as an art trade with my friend Jinx. And she gave me a cute little magnet that had Winnie the Pooh on it, custom made. And then the other one sold to a little girl. So 2 out of 2 sold. Next thing was a snowman. I believe I don't have a picture of him, but if I do, I will post him. I might have a picture from last year that I can include here, but it's the Madeline May Co, I believe is it's her pattern. So I sold him. I brought only 1 of those. I sold 1 turtle. It was the pink one with a pink shell, but it wasn't like the mini turtles. It was like a normal sea turtle. It was Crochet by Jenna's mini turtle pattern, but it was a good size. It was like a little bit bigger than palm. I sold that. There's only 1 of those, sold for $25. As for the minis, we sold 1 out of 8 mini whales for $6. We sold 2 out of 10 mini turtles for $6. And 1 out of 6 jellyfish for $6. That being said, let's go over the market results. So in total, I sold 23 items, and then I did 2 art trades. So 25 items are gone in total. All right, and then the actual results. So I take Cash App, Square, Venmo, and Cash for payments. In this market, all of those were used. On Cash App, I got $50. Square, $122, Venmo, $28, and cash, $33, totaling in $233. So then I had fees from all the apps combined. I'll just do 1 fee, $5.83. So the total profit, drum roll, $227.17. Now, I forgot to mention, the market was cut short, so it was originally supposed to be from 1 to 7, but we ended up being there from 1 to, I'd say it was like 5. Yeah, I think we ended at 5. So for 4 hours, that's not bad, but I will say, if you saw the footage, it was chaotic. Yeah, let's just rant about it real quick. Okay. So first thing getting there, everything was windy. We were like struggling. I'm getting hit with dirt in the face walking up. Cool, whatever. It's Delaware weather. Like, it's windy. I expected that. I started sitting at my booth, and I've been to some crazy markets, guys. I've been in thunderstorms. I've been in other windy areas that, like, you know, my tent's like almost flying off. I've never experienced wind so strong that my wooden crates, like, you know the wooden crates you get from Michael's? Those ones were flying off the table with plushies in them. I don't think they're that light, in my opinion. So that was first 5 minutes into like me setting up, and I was having a panic attack, low key. In my head, I did not want to show that. So me and my husband were like, is this gonna happen? Like, are we actually gonna be here the whole time? Cause everyone else's stuff was flying. We had people like, dude, this is like, how is this even happening right now? Like, no one is gonna show up because the weather was just so bad. Like, it was so sunny out. It was perfect in that sense. It wasn't too cold. And then as soon as the wind would hit, you're just shivering. My plushies were falling off the table. I had to secure them. Like, as you could see, like, my booth was just like not like layered up like it usually is. I didn't have a lot of stuff on the shelves like stacked up like it usually is, because they were just flying off. The dumpster fires, I did not even risk. I put them in a bin because those guys just fly when it's like little bit of wind. But this market was crazy. Like, my camera chucked itself, as you saw, onto a table, laying facing up. Thank the Lord. Like, because that camera would have been broken. $500 would have been just gone. But yeah, I almost left after the first 10 minutes of setting up, but we pulled through. And I'm glad we did because I've met so many cool vendors that I never met before there. It was like a vintage market, so everyone was very chill. Lots of cool clothes. I got, I'll show you. I got this super cute vintage little tee from one of the other vendors. Super cute. Got this for my niece. It's a Christmas present, so but yeah, it was interesting. So yeah, we had stuff flying off. We had to hold the table the whole time. It wasn't fun in that sense, but I met a lot of cool people. I had returning customers, and I also was able to meet some new people and some people who followed me that I didn't know followed me. We got chatting and stuff. So it was a good market. And yes, I wish I made more money. Yes, I wish it wasn't windy, but also it was a free market. I forgot to mention that. A free market at one of my favorite bars in town. I don't drink, but like, it was my favorite restaurant, I should say. And it's always a good time there. There's always such nice people. I love the owners. The coordinator of this event was really cool. Like, we got to do that art trade, which was really cool. I highly recommend this market if it wasn't for the weather, because it wasn't their fault. It wasn't, you know, the most busy market, but because of the weather, it did, you know, kind of lessen the amount of people that came. But yeah, enough of me yapping. That being said, overall, I'll give it a 6 out of 10 for the market because the wind ruined it. But we made a lot of good vendor friends, and we found a cute vintage shirt for someone, and we did some art trades. What can you complain about, you know? Alright, y'all. So that's going to be the end of my video. I hope you enjoyed. If you were working on something during the video, make sure to leave what you were working on below. I want to know because I need more pattern suggestions. So let a girl know. If you haven't subscribed yet and you like this content, please subscribe. It helps. And if you like this video, please give it a like. Alright, I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!